Welcome to Previously On, a podcast series created to help you through some of the most complex yet brilliant television ever made. Game of Thrones, Season 1, Episode 2, The King's Road. We begin in Pentos. Daenerys rides out with Khal Drogo's clan, also known as a Khalasar, as they cross miles of desolate grasslands. Whilst camping out for the night, Jorah reveals to Viserys the reason he fled Westeros. He sold poachers to slavers, invoking the wrath of his liege lord Ned Stark. To escape the death penalty, he fled across the narrow sea. Back in Westeros, Winterfell is reeling after Bran's fall. Although he survived, he's comatose. Before setting off to visit the Wall, Tyrion Lannister breaks the news to his siblings that Bran may live and implies that he knows more about the circumstances of Bran's accident than he's letting on. Also headed to the Wall is Jon Snow, who's off to join the Night's Watch. Jon gives Arya a thin sword specifically designed for her slight build, which she names Needle. Before leaving, he visits Bran's bedside and is met with a frosty reception from Catelyn, who resents Jon as Ned's son with another woman. Catelyn begs Ned to stay in Winterfell and support her, but Ned claims he has no choice but to travel to King's Landing and take up the King's offer. Ned says goodbye to Jon and insists he is a Stark by blood even if he does not carry the name. Jon asks if his mother is still alive, and Ned promises to tell him more about her the next time they meet. Ned, Arya and Sansa, along with members of the household, head towards King's Landing, while Jon travels north and arrives at the Wall. During the journey home, Robert Baratheon tells Ned that he fears Daenerys could be a threat to his reign, suggesting assassins kill her before she has children with Drogo. Ned dismisses this idea as immoral and needless, but Robert remains convinced that a war is coming. With most of the family absent from Winterfell, Robb Stark pleads with his mother to leave Bran's bedside, but is interrupted by news of a fire. Despite the fire, Catelyn remains with Bran, only to discover an assassin in his bedchamber who clearly wasn't expecting company. Bran's direwolf Summer mauls him to death. Catelyn visits the tower where Bran fell and discovers a long blonde hair at the scene of the crime. Catelyn theorises to Robb and Theon that Bran saw something he wasn't supposed to and suspects the Lannisters were involved. It's revealed that the assassin's dagger was made of Valyrian steel and dragonbone, rare materials that a common man wouldn't have been able to afford. Catelyn decides to ride to King's Landing and tell Ned the news, leaving Bran behind to recover. Back in Pentos, Daenerys asks her handmaiden Doria, a former prostitute, to teach her how to please Khal Drogo in bed. After some hands-on training, Drogo's mind is blown. Along the King's Road, Sansa Stark encounters Sir Ilyn Payne, King Robert's royal executioner, and Sandor Clegane, a warrior in service to House Lannister with a badly scarred face. He's known as the Hound. The Hound reveals that Sir Ilyn's tongue was removed by the Mad King, Aerys Targaryen II, the ruler who Robert Baratheon deposed. To her delight, Prince Joffrey invites Sansa to walk with him, and they find Arya practicing sword fighting with her friend Mycah, a commoner. Joffrey challenges Mycah to a fight and cuts his face. Arya lays into Joffrey, and when Joffrey threatens her, Arya's direwolf Nymeria attacks him. Arya throws Joffrey's sword into the river and runs away, setting Nymeria free so that Joffrey's guards can't find her. The Lannister guards find Arya and bring her straight to Cersei. Joffrey lies, telling his mother that Arya and Mycah attacked him with clubs before setting Nymeria on him. Robert calls Sansa forward to tell her account, and Sansa claims she can't remember what happened, angering Arya further. In the absence of Nymeria, Sansa's wolf lady is sentenced to be killed, and it's revealed that the Hound murdered Mycah on behalf of Joffrey. As Ned gives Lady a death worthy of the North, hundreds of miles away in Winterfell, Bran Stark wakes up. Thanks for listening. Hope it's been helpful. Listen, if you've enjoyed this, I would love it if you subscribed. We've got loads more shows where this came from, and we'd love you to join us for them. If you know someone who needs to get up to speed with Thrones, just send them our way. A 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts from would also be absolutely fantastic. If you've got any feedback, have I pronounced a name wrong? I hope I haven't. Or ideas for a show that we should be covering. We'll almost certainly be doing the big ones, but you never know. There may be others that we've missed. Let us know. I'd love to hear from you over on Twitter. You can find us at Previous Podcast, or just email us hello@previouslyon.co.uk. Previously On is presented by Jamie East and is a Daft Doris production.